Welcome to the Inspiration Station hosted by Joshua Lenox, the place to fill up your tank if you're in need of encouragement and motivation.
Hey y'all, it is Joshua Lenox, the Inspiration Station, and y'all already know how we do it. We upsize in 2025 all day, every day. Even though y'all 2025 is surely winding up. You know, it seemed like this whole year has been in a rush to get somewhere. Let's see. January, most people think that it was kind of slow and kind of stagnant or things of that nature, but I honestly feel like things have been accelerated from beginning up until this point. Y'all, we're in October. Today is October the 24th. Today is October the 24th. Goodness, what is that leaving us? What, 7 more days? 7 whole days, 7 more days in this month. And then we have November and December. We're going into these holiday, times, y'all, going into Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up. So I cannot believe it, but it's just been on go each and every day. You rise up, go through your day, go to bed, do it again. So I hope that you all have been having an amazing Friday so far. I hope that everything has been going great, working in your favor, working out for your good, because it all does, even your challenges, even your obstacles, even the disappointments that you have. And if you're still dealing with challenges or have been working through them today, let that just continue to indicate that you are more than a conqueror and there's nothing that you cannot overcome. There's nothing that you can't beat because you're always in victory. You're always a winner, no matter what. Like I always tell y'all, the only L's we take are lessons. We don't lose anything. So welcome everybody. YouTube Live, Instagram Live, Facebook Live, LinkedIn Live, Audible, Amazon, Apple, and also Spotify. Welcome, 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 y'all. This is the Inspiration Station, so this is about all of us. We know that the Inspiration Station, what we're about is that we're open, honest, and vulnerable, not only with others, but with ourselves as well. Also, this is a place where we are able to not only hear things that are going to just be motivating or inspiring or encouraging, but it moves us to do something, some type of action, even if it doesn't mean it's a physical action. It might be a mental action. It might be an emotional action, just something to get you moving forward, because that's what we do. We don't go back. But let me say something. Sometimes we do have to take some steps back, not meaning that you're not progressing, but just meaning you need to step back and then it's like, uh-oh, I'm in a place that I remember or that's familiar. How did I get here and how do I get back to where I was and keep moving forward? But even that is progress. So you're never really going backwards, okay? Also want to say, what do we expect on here? Y'all know I just said some components of that, but also we have people who will be coming on here that will be interviewed, that will be dropping some nuggets of wisdom down on us really quick. And then also, it's also a place for you to just reflect. Focus on where you are currently, where you're going, and don't forget about where you've been, because all of us are inspirations to other people. Any and everybody who's walked across your path, you have inspired. And the biggest person you've inspired has been yourself. Yes, it's been yourself. I don't care. I don't want to hear you talking about, I don't inspire myself. Look at all the things that you have overcome in your life. And look at the things that you're overcoming right now and the things that have really made you want to give up and you never did. You continue to fight forward. You continue to have courage. You continue to be brave and daring to know that my days ahead are going to be better than what's been, and that I want to see it. I want to get to it. I want to grasp it. I've been through too many things to just stay in it. I got to get past this and get on to better. Better days are coming and better days are here. So let's just jump right into this, ladies and gentlemen. What are we going to talk about today? Keep your do not disturb on. Keep your do not disturb on. I know some of y'all are already thinking about phones and stuff, and that's good. Keep that in your mindset. Keep your do not disturb on. What is do not disturb? Technically, it's a setting that silences calls, texts, notifications, but also allows you to customize which calls or alerts can still get through. Also, you can refer to do not disturb and y'all think about this like in hotel room, where you put that out there to let the housekeepers know, like, don't come knock, even though they knock on the door anyway, don't come. I don't need no towels. I don't need any washcloths. Leave me alone. Or even at your home. I know people personally, and I actually had one before when I lived with someone. I had a do not disturb on my door because it's like, if I don't want to be bothered, don't talk to me, don't knock on my door, or maybe I'm busy, maybe I'm not available. So again, do not disturb is a setting, if you think about phones, a setting that silences calls, texts, notifications, but allows you to customize which calls or alerts can still get through. Also, it refers to a sign on a door of a hotel or even your home. Now, I actually didn't take advantage of the do not disturb setting until I think last year. Because I would just put my phone on silent. But I mean, calls and stuff would still come through. So I still see my phone blinking and things of that nature. I still see I had text messages. I still see I had emails, all of that. Oh, but what a change. A wonderful change has come over me. Yes, it did. Oh, yes, it did. Bless your name, God. Yes, it did. I love Do Not Disturb because at certain times of my day, I keep it on because I don't want to see anything. I don't want to be alerted by anything, especially like at night. But at the same time, I do have favorites that can come through. Like I said, there's certain things that you can let come through. There's certain people who I still will get calls from or either text messages, but I get to customize that. I want to ask you, what are some things when you think about not just a phone, but in your life, what are you allowing yourself to be disturbed by that you need to apply the do not disturb as an application to in your life? Because sometimes you're allowing certain things to have access to you or people to have access to you that you shouldn't. And sometimes it's when we think about this too, this can be temporarily or permanent. You get to decide. So even though with the phone, you can turn do not disturb on, turn it off. You can customize it, change things up. But there are actually some people, as some people might say, blocked if you think about a phone. But I don't want us to stay so connected to the phone. But I want you to think about what are some temporary people, places, ideas, thinking, whatever it is, any noun, I guess we could say, what are some of those things that you need to do not disturb, even if it's temporary? Sometimes a person you avail yourself so much, you think that, well, this what if mentality, or what is it, FOMO, fear of missing out. Well, I don't want to, what if I put my phone on, or what if I don't talk to that person for a couple of hours? They're going to think I'm changing or I'm acting funny. Maybe it's because you're always so accessible. People are easily able to get to you immediately all the time, or that you avail yourself so much. And again, I think that still links back, if you all remember back some episodes back, sometimes a person who's dealt with a lot of abandonment or rejection or their fear of disappointing others, they become a people pleaser. You become a people pleaser. You want to make sure you don't miss anything, because you think that that's going to, whether that's even if it's an email or something like that, you don't want to be missing out on something because you think that might be the only time you are able to get that opportunity, which in some cases that can be true. But this all goes back to making sure we're taking care of you first before you're trying to take care of anybody else. You have demands on yourself day in and day out, but there may be times where you just need to block out some time to where you're not disturbed. Also, there might be some permanent things that you need to put on Do Not Disturb. We're going to get to a couple of those things really quickly, but I just want you to think about what are some of those things you need to just say, I need to silence some things, shut some things off. Doesn't mean I have to shut off everything, but what might be some things I need to say, I need to kind of put a pause on that for a moment. I'll reconnect soon, but just not right now, because your access is too valuable and expensive. I'm going to say it again. Your access is too valuable and expensive to allow anything or anyone in your presence to have your time or to benefit from what you offer. You are too valuable. Your presence is too valuable. It's too expensive to just allow any and everything in your space to have your time or benefit from what you have to offer. I want you to even think about your thoughts. What are some things that, again, that you need to shut down and put on Do Not Disturb for a moment? Things that you're planning, your goals, or things like that, that you might be putting a lot of, putting a lot of pressure on yourself that might be unnecessary at the moment. What about some things that are those negative thoughts? We talk about permanently putting some do not disturb on some things, but what if we have some negative thoughts that we're thinking about ourselves, that we're not far along yet, we're not doing well enough, we're not doing enough, we're not good enough, we're unlovable, we're not valuable. All of those things, maybe do not disturb is not going to always be this whole permanent thing with those negative thoughts, because they're going to come, but being able to challenge them. But how do I temporarily shut those thoughts off, because I can't allow that to have access to me? What about people who are in your family, your friends, your clients, anything with your job, your superiors, anything, your colleagues? What are some people also, maybe those people who are not those naysayers, or those people who are negative Nancy's, or whatever you want to call them, people who always have something critical to say about you. Maybe it might be a season for you to put them on do not disturb. You just might not be available. All of this is linking back to just to making sure you're having a boundary. You want to make sure that you're protecting your peace, protecting your space. Or it's the song Beyonce said, "You won't break my soul." It's like, yeah, you ain't gonna break my soul because you ain't got you can't do that anyway. But you're not gonna have that. You can't get that close to me in order for me to be affected or infected by it. When we think about certain areas where we want to make sure that we're putting we're going to put some do not disturb on to make sure we don't want some areas that we don't want to be disturbed. That's your peace, your progress, your certain relationships. We want to make sure also that your past is on do not disturb, because sometimes our past, things from the past, whatever that is, can come into your present, and then that disturbs your peace, disturbs your joy, which again, as the word says that we keep our mind stayed on Christ. He'll keep us in perfect peace. So we can always have peace even if we have chaos around us. But there are certain things we just don't want to come in and disturb that and give it access. We want to make sure that our dreams, our calling, our goals, our decisions are not being disturbed by things that are not conducive to our future, conducive to even our present, conducive to the lives that we've been charged to impact. Also, I want to say something about obedience. We want to make sure that we don't have anything coming in to disturb our obedience to what God is telling us, the plans He has for us, the steps He has for us. I often recall, I just said this a couple of days ago, that I wanted to always make sure when I did something, when God told me to do something, I used to love to tell people, because I felt like that also could encourage them. Make sure you listen to God. Make sure that you do what He tells you to do. And I would get negative, feedback. It would be, well, are you sure that's God? I don't think God would tell you to do that. I think that you need to wait. I think that's your desire. I think that's what you want to do. And half the time I used to want to be like, this is not something I even want to do. Just because I'm smiling because I've accepted it, because I want to tell God yes, even if I don't really want to do it or I don't understand. I want to please Him. So yes, I'm going to obey and do what He says. So I'm going to smile and say, well, the Lord is telling me to do such and such and such. I don't understand, but I know that's what He says, so I'm going to do it. And, I knew that I had to follow through with what He was asking me to, because I desired to please Him. But I would get this negative feedback. And also sometimes you want to make sure when you're making certain moves or plans and God is leading you, that you want to be careful of who you're speaking to and who you're talking to. I think about still like in the Bible when Joseph shared with his brothers his dream, even though it was a part of the plan, because I used to be like, why did he just keep his mouth closed? Because it would have happened anyway, but that was a part of the plan. He needed to say that so they could get him on his journey, because if they didn't get rid of him, he would have been just right there with them, miserable, thinking that whatever's going to, I hope this is coming to pass. That was a part of it. So sometimes even in those cases where I shared about myself, when I say I'm going to obey the Lord, hearing that negative feedback, sometimes that was an indication to say, yeah, you're probably on the right path then, you get this pushback all of a sudden. But those people were disturbances. And I did put them people on do not disturb after that. It's like, you learn who you can share certain things with, because you don't want to make sure you want to obey God and do what He tells you to do when He tells you to do it, no matter what anybody is saying. But in those cases, those were people who were trying to disturb me, disturb my steps, disturb my plans, disturb what the Lord had for me. And I had to put them on do not disturb. I'm like, I'm going to do it anyway. I ain't gonna say nothing else to neither one of y'all. So what I'm saying too, in those moments like that in your life, you have certain dreams you have certain visions you have. There's certain things you're wanting to do, certain things you're wanting to pursue. And sometimes you have to make sure you silence the noise around you for a certain time. And maybe it's a certain season. Sometimes I've done things in quiet, not because I'm hiding it, not because I'm wanting people to, I don't want to tell nobody. It's just that some things I need to bring myself in, and I need to focus. So I couldn't allow myself to have outside interference, and not meaning that it had to be negative or bad. I just needed to kind of come to myself, stay to myself, keep my head down, get my work done. And then when I would produce something, people would be like, I had no idea. I'd be like, yeah, I kind of needed to be quiet about that. But even in things that you're wanting to do when it comes to your progress that you're doing in your life, there might be some things you're doing behind the scenes And you just kind of have to be quiet about it. And sometimes it's okay to share what you're doing, what you're aspiring to do, but there's some moments in certain seasons where you might just need to put some things on do not disturb. Even if you're in, people talk about all the time relationships, they see all of a sudden somebody's married and they're like, I didn't even know you was dating. Well, based on that person, they may have needed to put themselves on do not disturb so that they didn't have any outside voices, any outside opinions, and any outside value, people's perceptions that might try to sway them or make them feel like they might be making the wrong decision or moving too fast or moving too slow, whatever that is. So I want you to also remember this, if nothing else. I know I got to wrap up because it's got to be a little quick, but people attack what they lack. People attack what they lack. There are certain things that are on you and in you. You're going to have naysayers and critics for the rest of your life. And as long as you're doing something great, and especially when you're doing something for the Lord, or you're doing things that He's already mapped out for your life, you're going to have people to attack you. And they're going to attack you because you possess things that they don't have. And it also disrupts them. They're projecting their own insecurities and inadequacies on you, or them not being productive in what they're supposed to be doing. So your light is going to always disturb people who lack what you have. And people will attack what you lack. So even when I'm saying that, I want you to think about, again, you got to do not disturb. Put that do not disturb on letting those things get into your mind. What people have to say, the criticisms they have to say, the comments that they like to say, the DMs people like to say, always having so much to say about what you're doing, or your family members who always have something to say about what you're doing. You're going to hear it, you're going to see it, but you can put that good old do not disturb on, like, I don't even hear you. Silence, I don't even hear that. And also, you get to choose when you take do not disturb off, that setting off in your life. You get to choose. That's why I say it can be temporary. It doesn't mean that you're going to have yourself on do not disturb for forever. It just means that there are certain times, certain seasons, certain settings that you're going to make sure you have that on, because you got to protect your peace. You got to protect yourself. Guard your heart above all things, for out of it flows the issues of life. So you got to protect your heart, which is, you got to really take care. You're sensitive, and your heart is sensitive. What you produce is a sensitive thing. I think Erykah Badu said, what she say, y'all keep in mind, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my stuff. So I just want to say really quick as we kind of wrap up, again, as you think, some of y'all gonna be thinking about do not disturb on your phone, probably ain't even not there, never put it on your phone, put the settings there, but you're probably gonna do it now. But you get to choose on how long you place do not disturb on your life, meaning that this is just about you. This has nothing to do with anybody else. This is no disrespect to anybody else. You just have to make sure that you are protecting yourself, because you're a person who's in great demand, and you have to have boundaries and prioritize yourself properly, structure things properly, organize things properly, so that you get all that you're supposed to get, and you're supposed to do all that you're supposed to do while you're here. Okay? So, y'all, I love you. I hope that you have an amazing rest of this Friday and also an amazing weekend. Is this the last weekend in October? No, it's not. We got, kind of. Next Friday is the 31st, and then we're going to November the 1st. So, y'all, I'll see y'all on, what is that, Halloween? Yeah, we don't do Halloween over here. We do Hallelujah night. No, but no, I hope that you all are having a safe weekend, and safe start to the weekend, and have an amazing evening on this Friday. I will see you guys here again at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Inspiration Station, where we upsize in 2025 all day, every day. Always remember, you've always been great. You're just getting better. You have always been great. You're just getting better. And don't be afraid to put that do not disturb on. Okay? You ain't hurting nobody. If you got people in your life that don't understand it and don't respect that you're taking care of yourself and prioritizing yourself and your life, those probably are not your people, because that's not your problem. We need you whole. We need you well. We need you healthy in all that you do. And sometimes you just have to shut the noise off. And guess what? You get to customize still, because there's still some people and some alerts you're going to let come through, because those things, those people or those alerts probably bring you peace, probably encourage you, probably benefit you, probably are very mindful of you, thoughtful of you, and they want to see you win. They want to see you do great things, and they don't bring chaos or drama. So again, y'all, please keep your do not disturb on when necessary. I love y'all. Spread love now. More than ever, we definitely need the unity, and it starts with you and me. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Thanks for watching The Inspiration Station with Joshua Lenox. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.